practice against that strategy. No doubt he hits it all the time on ladder and in practice. And he's got an answer for it that's convincing, because Rogue, I feel, is almost certainly going to do it at least once in this series.
Two former IEM Katowice world champions here. They want to hold up that Intel Extreme Masters trophy once again. The champion of 2015 and the champion of 2018 going head-to-head here in the grand finals.
Our first player at the top left from Jinair Green Wings. In the red, he is Rogue!
And down here in the bottom right-hand side, in the blue, representing Raise Your Edge Gaming with a stunning run so far, he is Zest.
I remember in 2015 being in that arena with Apollo and screaming to the heavens that Zest is best. Nothing would give me pleasure to do it again. He is such an incredible player, and it's actually honestly heartwarming to see him be this good again, to be in the final of a tournament this big, the biggest tournament even.
Yeah, Zest is a player whose career has extended for such a long period. And there's been a lot of doubt, there's been a lot of haters, there's been a lot of players saying that he's not going to be able to keep up with people over the years. They saw the Zest bank. People laugh about how his macro isn't quite as tight as other players, but he has really shown that he is still on that absolute top tier level, and oh my lord, he's starting off with something dirty.
He is indeed getting dirty, cracking open the Book of Filth, seeing what he can get done here in the early games against Rogue. With that high ground pylon, it's going to be Gateway Forge, and now a cannon rush for the natural Zerg. Will have a spot for his probe to escape up here to the north side. Rogue just cancelling that hatchery and going for the third base. And already Zest upsetting the flow for the Zerg and cancelling those extra pylons.
Yeah, now does he want to commit to the forward wall off? Of course, he's walled in on one base back at home. Sniper Court just going down now. This is a rather fast cannon rush, and with the full wall off, it definitely looks like he wants to set up on the front. You can see the second gas going down. Zest has spotted that. That means Ravagers are going to be the answer. If he wants to hold this position, he's going to need to build a lot of cannons and shield batteries.
You're absolutely right, as he wants to try and get the Robo up with that full wall off. Now, we haven't seen the Roach Warren just yet from Rogue. He's going to be able to afford it in a second here, where they want some Lings out to try and shepherd back that probe. Still not saturating that gas just yet. Maybe Rogue rethinking this.
This is a little bit odd here. Ling speed now starting up. No Roach Warren going down just yet. And the probe does come back in. Doesn't see any workers mining from that back gas. Robo does now go down here at the front. It's not a crazy fast Robo, but it is quite early. The cannons there. Zerglings are going to sneak on out. But, oh, that cannon actually a little exposed there is going to take quite a bit of damage.
And the probe's even assisting. The cannon will get up. So this is really brutal for Rogue. He has been walled into his main base. Ravagers, I feel like, are a necessity here, but he's going to try and push this back with Spine Crawlers from the high ground. If Zest gets high ground vision, this is going to be very rough for Rogue going forward.
And Crypt Tumor does go down. He's got to spread that forwards. The Spines, of course, want to move forward and take down these cannons and batteries from the high ground. With Ling speed on the way, it's just mass Zerglings. There's going to be a flood of Lings. The trick here when the fight happens is Zest needs to limit the surface area of those Zerglings. He needs to try to wall them off and really just try to stop them from surrounding his Immortals and his cannons.
And the high ground advantage there for those Spine Crawlers. The Queen actually takes quite a few shots, which means these Spine Crawlers get some pokes in before the cannon fires back. The Queen goes down. A little bit of a mistake there from Rogue. He's just trying to tank as many cannon shots as possible. 3 Spine Crawlers wailing on that one cannon, which just got a fresh new shield battery.
Is it worth all the shield battery energy though, Maynard? I'm not quite sure. I mean, this Immortal's now out, but he's got no juice left to heal it. That Immortal is trapped. It's not in Spine Crawler range just yet though. And right now, with all the shield battery energy gone, I mean, this is a bit of a disaster for Zest. He's got nothing to heal this Immortal.
He's got one shield battery on the right side, which does cover this ramp. The Link's coming back, and they're going to go down, obviously, here. The Immortal muscling its way forward here. It's been a little bit sloppy for Zest, but if he gets a second Immortal and a Warp Prism, magic can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about making sure this can't be depowered. I really like the idea of a backup pylon on the left-hand side. 2 Immortals are now out. Tons of Zerglings on the right-hand side. The Prism is not out, so the Immortals can't risk poking in just yet. Remember, Rogue only on 14 workers, continuing to mass Zerglings. Banelings being added as well. Banelings, if they can crash into the center of the cannons, the pylons, they can take out multiple structures very effectively.
Banelings are so good at busting through cannons and pylons. The Immortals, if they're in position, can mitigate a lot of that damage, but Rogue has tons of Banes here on the right side.
Look at the Sim City, though. It is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
The Immortals in the choke points looking good. The Prism will be able to pick things up, and it can also repower structures that get depowered as well.
Really good point. The Prism is in the main base here of Rogue. One Spine Crawler goes down. The Immortals getting pushed back. In come the Banelings of Rogue. Right into the pylon. He depowers one. Not enough Banelings to bust this position, though. Zest still putting the pressure on the Zerg.
It's not enough just yet to break through, but more Lings and Banes coming on down. The Immortals are holding on, but there's no cannons left. They would love a bit more damage output. The Immortals looking forever to clean up these Zerglings.
And the Prism can be used here in a second, and it really should as the Immortals are starting to get a little unhealthy. There's an area for the Immortal to be dropped next to that probe up here behind the mineral line. Zest utilizes it to try and get those Lings. An unfavorable trade. They're going to wrap around the robotics facility here. A third Immortal close being done, but I don't think we're going to see it here, Big. Rogue fully surrounding that Robo. Oh, it's so close. The Immortal pops out just in time.
The shield battery.
Immortals.
The healing on the Robo as well there allows a few more Zerglings to go down, and with 3 Immortals in a Prism, I'm not sure if you can keep up your production. Only 14 workers, remember, here for Rogue. 3 Immortals with the Prism able to just bounce them around, pulling them back, save that Immortal at the front. Wow, waits to the last second there, and in a way actually baits Rogue into staying way too long at this point. Rogue, I think he's out of steam. The last handful of Zerglings, a single Queen. He's got nothing else. It's just a trickle of Lings for Rogue.
Oh, these Immortals, he just really doesn't have an answer. A lot of Lings is all he has. He doesn't have many Queens to pick up the Prism either. Zest is going to juggle it back, and GG! Zest will take game number 1. In a pretty nice fashion there. A very action-packed CVP for game 1.